Well, I'm not going home.
We've got too far! A day may come when the courage of men fails, but it is not this day.
The line must be drawn here. This far, no farther.
A person grits his teeth and shows real determination.
Failure is not an option.
That's how winning is done.
Believe me when I say
We can break this army here.
At a time.
And they will know what we can do!
Let no man forget how menacing we are. We are lions.
this is your time. Seize the day.
That's the Chicago way.
Who's with me?
No, my name is the Lord. When I tell our enemies that they may take our lives, but they'll never take our Independence Day.
Do we really need more remakes? Probably not, okay? But with that in mind, Point Break. The remake of the 1991 classic with Keanu Reeves, Gary Busey, and of course the late great Patrick Swayze. Alright, well, I want to start out with this before I really get into this review. Basically, this movie is just a remake, so what is there to talk about, right? They try to make this movie exciting. They try to make it watchable. They try to make it like, oh, this is going to be better. This is going to be darker. This is going to be grittier than the original Point Break, but it wasn't. And now I want to get into the actors on this movie. Okay, the guy's playing in Point Break, who plays Johnny Utah. And Patrick Swayze's character on the original movie. Okay, look at these guys. You take one look at them and you're like, okay, the guy playing Keanu Reeves' character, he looks like a guy they would bother women at a nightclub. That he would be some mouth breather, you know, like he'd be the kind of guy they would scare girls, okay? And Patrick Swayze's character is played by a guy who looks like somebody on crystal meth or on a crack binge. You know that these characters are not. They were played by people, and not to mention I don't even know any of these people. You don't know any of these people. You're wondering where'd they dig up these guys? They look scary. They look creepy. They don't look like they look absolutely nothing like Patrick Swayze, Keanu Reeves. I mean, with Gary Busey on the original movie, you know, I mean, at least the original movie had a lot of memorable performances, you know, with Gary Busey on it, playing one of the cops and one of the Keanu Reeves' co-stars, and basically this movie's a loser. Basically, this movie did no justice. There's no reason. This is an unnecessary remake, like a lot of reboots. Okay, this is the era of the reboot. This is the era of the remake. And Point Break, I'm sorry to say, is not good. You will not like this movie. You will hate this movie. And those of you who think this movie's cool, fine. You're entitled to your own opinion. Okay, that's how scary they look. You know what I mean? They look, like I said, they look like they're on drugs or something, like crystal meth or something. They're on PCP or something. And they try to make this movie look cool. It doesn't look cool. The original Point Break, it looked cool, you know, like it didn't. There's some surfers that just decide to bend the law, and they wanna make money. They want to get money the easy way. But a lot of people thought that. But what the real reason for what they did, because they wanted to feel the rush of doing it. It's not necessarily because, because if you're gonna go rob a bank and you're gonna have, you know, of course you're gonna want the money, right? You're gonna get the money. You're gonna keep it, right? But it wasn't that. It's because they wanted to feel the rush. They wanted to feel what it was like to commit a crime, and that's what this movie does not really focus on. It just spends its time trying to be bigger, trying to be better, trying to be much huger than Point Break. And I'm sorry to say, this movie sucks. Okay, it's not good. I decided to watch it. I saw it because it was, you know, it was Point Break, and you wanted, and putting this movie on Christmas time and on Christmas was not a great idea because, anyways, with Star Wars: The Force Awakens tearing up the box office right now, it's like nobody's even gonna remember this movie existed, anyways. I don't know. Did anybody go see this movie? Like you go into a movie theater, and sometimes you'll be the only one sitting there. I've been to movies where I'm the only one sitting there. You know, where I've been with somebody or whatnot, you're like the only one sitting there, and it makes you feel like, okay, not a whole lot of people are stoked for this movie. And I've been to movies where it's packed. Okay, X-Men, The Last Stand. Okay, I know a lot of people don't like that movie. I went to go see that movie years ago. That's one of those movies where it was packed. A lot of people went to go see that movie, whether it was good or not. But this is the kind of feelings that Point Break gives me. That not a lot of people were stoked to see this movie, or they were. When they did go see it, they were disappointed. And like I said, the actors on this movie they just did not fit the part. They were not convincing. It just, I don't know, they just went and got they kind of looked like they went and got a bunch of they went into a rehab for drug addicts, and they said, oh, why not? We're doing a remake of Point Break. You guys want to be a part of it? That's basically what it looks like. The main actors on this movie look like ex-drug addicts, or they're on drugs or something, and they look creepy. All right. So if anybody even saw Point Break, great, more power to you. But all right, Point Break, did you see it? Do you even care about it at all? I don't think so. Not with Star Wars: The Force Awakens. All right, I'll see you guys soon.